way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set, 180. Watch QB's up. Watch QB's up. Watch twins. Watch twins. Kill, kill, kill. Kill. 32. Shit.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
180.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Taken from just outside the 30. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10.
Go. Let's bring it. Let's 57's run. 5.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Bravo.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Throw left side complete. It's Cannon. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
57. Mike, 57. Go. Go. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 25 yards there on the catch and run. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
For mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Eluding the press. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Minshew. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Mike Daniels. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Amendola. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
It's a gain of 34. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Stafford. Screenplay, Johnson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And this is caught at the 8. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Sanders now to add the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays.
It got his man complete. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards. Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And it had a little hang time on it, so what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy, because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There was some trust in there. There was also some hope.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jair Alexander. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now Minshew. He's going to air one out. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. To throw on 2nd and 10. Minshew. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Minshew sets to throw. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st down here.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Watch the screen.
Ready. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devon Kennard in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, it's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
57's the Mike.
Go.
57's the Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
65.
Let's go.
So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew.
You.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Well, if you're going to give him that kind of time, he's just going to shred you.
You might as well put a soap out there for him. I mean, that's unbelievable because I don't care who you are in coverage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And they'll try the jet sweep here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. It'll be Minshew again. Dancing to his left. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis.
Well, when he feels the pressure, naturally he likes going to his left, as most left-handed quarterbacks do. But this time he tries to let this go on the run, and it's going to wind up getting intercepted.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dwayne Smoot. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Zadarius Smith. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing on 3rd and long. Stafford. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They're going to look to throw. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll set up a throw. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a second down. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Watch the pass.
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Za'Darius Smith, his 2nd sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Johnson running right. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
21.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Mike 57.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Under pressure, they got him again. Devon Kennard able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That 2nd down play nets a -4. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a 2nd guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
It's 4th down. Switch it. Come here, switch it.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Come off the ball, hard. 57's the mic.
Hey, Delta.
The mic.
Ready?
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Daniels. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now it's Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 16 yards of 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
What you just saw there, 1st-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Now he's going to go deep down the left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That second down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Go now. 8-3.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
X3. 218. Chopper. Let go.
On 4th down, Minshew. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Minshew, 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Here you go.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. K.D. Cannon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to...
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith, his 2nd sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. 2nd and long. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Derek Rivers in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. But it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
26, Mike. 26, Mike. You get it.
Here's Johnson to throw on 3rd down. And Amendola with a catch. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
I'm going to come back to you.
Johnson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Johnson to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Johnson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Forced out to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. Kenny Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Johnson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Johnson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes.
25, check 25, check 25.
Ready?
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready? 15, line.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hey, guys, I got 15. 15's mine. I'm taking it.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. Look. Squeeze. Gone.
Get that ball. Shift. No. Off.
Snap.
Check 24.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Leo. Get it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Minshew throwing on third down. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Let's get off the switch.
He can run for it, and he will. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Watch time. Tight end rock. What? Go.
Here's Johnson on 1st and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. 2nd and 13. He's going to let it fly. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 7.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
Check.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Packers, They climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.